right, let's get systematic for a moment, shall we? Hey there, Enterprisers, what's good? It's Jason Lago here again, and in this video I want to talk to you about how you can systematically take massive action. That's right, how to systematically take massive action. Now, it seems like take massive action, no matter what business you're in or what field you're in, that is the term, right? We've all heard that in our different boot camps and our different training modules, or if you're just at a motivational event, or maybe you're reading a book or at a convention, this is the terminology you're going to hear, is take massive action. And I certainly couldn't agree more, especially since at the time of this video, we are approaching the end of the year and doing so very, very fast, all right? The holidays are upon us, the end of the year is upon us, so it definitely makes sense to take massive action in order to make sure that you finish the year out strong and also give yourself a chance to start the year off strong when the year turns. With that said, however, I want to make sure that you're doing it in a way that makes sense for you, that is also sustainable, all right? It's not enough just to take massive action and just throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. I would recommend that you do it in a systematic fashion, and I want to give you 4 tips today to show you exactly how to do just that. Let's get started. Number 1, desired specific outcome. Okay, desired specific outcome. And it's exactly what it sounds like. Obviously, if you want a certain outcome, you need to go ahead and spell it out on what you want to achieve, but also be specific about it. If you ask people what their goals are, a lot of the times you get a very, very vague and simple answer. For instance, what do you want to do with your career or your business? The answer is, I want to be successful. That's not good enough. How about you tell us exactly what you want? And now with the end of the year upon us, it's actually a great time for you to do just that. This is a great way to gauge what you're truly capable of in terms of listing what it is that you want to accomplish. So what kind of sales do you want to see? What kind of prospects do you want to see? What kind of impact do you want to have? What kind of growth do you want to see in your organization? You could also put a dollar amount to it. All right, but doing so is what's clearly going to give you a goal and a target to shoot for, and it's going to show you just how viable that is. So set a goal, set an outcome, but be very, very specific. Number 2, decisions rightly grounded. That's right, I said decisions rightly grounded. One thing that's true in humanity is that people will always make decisions and stick by the decisions that they make that are in congruence and complete harmony with what they believe is right. In other words, you need to make sure that what you're doing, what you're choosing, is foundationally in accordance with what you believe to be in your personal values, okay? And this could also extend towards the likes of your business. And so if you're making decisions along this point and along this path, then you'll have no problem staying motivated. Because the reality is anyone can take massive action if they're told to. Anyone can decide to take massive action if they wanted to. Maybe you have an accountability coach or a mentor or a boss who says, I need you to do more and to really get after it. It's really easy to do that. The question is, can you maintain that? Can you sustain that? And sad to say, most people do not and will not, especially if they're not making this decision from a place that is in congruence with their personal values. So for instance, me as an online marketer and coaching online marketers and online entrepreneurs, it's very commonplace to see people hunt people down on Facebook, right? And message them privately and send DMs and PMs and randomly add people and kind of in a spammy way in hopes of recruiting someone or getting a sale. Me personally, I don't care for that style of marketing. It doesn't really work for me. Could I boost my traction with that approach, with the relentless just going after random people and messaging them and being relentless in my follow-up? Sure, I suppose I could. But again, it doesn't go with my values. It actually goes against it. I prefer a different, more strategic, attract instead of advance type of marketing, in accordance also with my content publishing strategy, things like that. So, hopefully that's an example that shows you that I really wouldn't do it that way. And as a result, if I did do it that way and start that way, I wouldn't be able to keep it up. So again, decisions rightly grounded. Number 3, designed consistent action. Okay, designed consistent action. In other words, you need to go ahead and have a strategy and you need to have a plan in place as to which actions you will specifically take. Your actions should be designed. Just because you're taking massive action doesn't mean that you should just throw stuff to the wall and see what sticks. I believe now more than ever in this particular instance, it absolutely makes sense for you to be very specific, very dialed in what you want to do and how you want to do it. Okay, it's not enough just to say I'm going to do more or I'm going to do better. You have to decide exactly what activities you will do and how you will measure that, okay? You want to think in terms of being a sniper as opposed to being a shotgunner or a machine gunner. You want to be very laser focused. And why not? With the end of the year upon you, with a time deadline and a time crunch in front of you, why wouldn't you want to be specific? Instead of just this big chaotic mess, I would definitely caution you against that. Be designed and specific in the steps that you want to do, and it also helps you to measure those things. Right now, I'm currently involved in a certain challenge with a certain group of people comfortable tackling a new form of organic marketing. It's a little bit new to me. I'm trying out a new platform on social media in order to test my organic growth. And I got to tell you, there's a little bit of a learning curve right here. But I do have a goal in mind on how I want to get there. And so yesterday, I publicly announced to the group and my mentors and friends in this group exactly what I'm going to do. Now, once I laid it out for them and for me, it definitely made sense and made what I wanted to accomplish a lot more conceivable and achievable, again, because it was written out, versus if I just said I need to up my output, or versus if I just said I need to do more and do better. It doesn't really make sense. If you really want to see consistent change and growth in the way that you're attacking your goals, make sure that you are designing your specific actions and don't stop doing that. Number 4, diversification via leverage. Diversification via leverage, all right? That's a big fancy way of saying you need to focus on the right things, on the highly leveraged activities, the leverage points, and only work on those things. If you do that, then that definitely stands to diversify or multiply your efforts in a way that will bring you not only results today, but hopefully also results tomorrow and widened in between as well. You don't want it to be where you're just having your eggs in one basket or doing one thing, all right? With that said, you also want to make sure that you're spending your time on the things that matter most. So things like working on administrative things like your logo, things like your slogan, things like your LLC entity if you're just getting started. While these things are important, are they really putting money in your pocket? I contend not, right? So you need to focus on the things that do, things like marketing and follow-up and conversion, all right? Also things like improving the sales process, the fulfillment process, things like these. These are the pillars that are going to matter the most in terms of getting you from zero to success or from stuck to success. So make sure that you are focusing on the things that matter most, the highly leveraged activities, and don't fall by the wayside with the things that don't matter. All right, my friends, that's it. Hopefully these 4 tips were helpful to you. This is exactly how you take systematic, massive action. And I promise you, if you employ at least 1 or 2 of these things, you're going to see a huge difference. Now, if you hadn't had a chance to launch your own wildly profitable online business, let me go ahead and show you how to do so. All you have to do is go ahead and click on the link in the description. It's the link to my book, my free book that I gift to you. It's called The Digital Freedom Shortcut. Shows you exactly what I did to leave my 6-figure finance career to living the ultimate laptop lifestyle like I'm doing right now. Also, make sure you give me a like and a comment, a share, but most importantly, subscribe, and you know the deal. Hit the notification bell. That way you won't miss out on any more hot new content that I got coming down the pipe just for you. This is Jason Ligo. I'll see you next time. Take care.